The question on the board, if you're an engineering student, pay attention. Sometimes they bring out this kind of question and students don't understand or don't know how to solve. It is simple. The only thing you have to do is to know when a function can be defined and when it is what? Undefined. Now let's take for instance, if you have 0 divided by 1 and 1 divided by what? 0. Which one is defined and which one is what? Undefined. Answer that on the comment section. What I'm going to tell you. Whenever you have 0 dividing any number, your answer will always be what? 0. Because it has no comparison to a number, which is the what? Dividing. Now, when you have a number dividing what? 0, the answer is undefined. Sometimes when you press this on your calculator, you will have math what? Error. Now, we are asked to find the value of x. Find the value of x, or for what value of x is x plus 2 all over x squared minus 3x plus 2 undefined. Now, where are we concentrating? Are we concentrating on the numerator or on the what? Denominator? Now, we are going to be concentrating on the denominator because we are looking for the value of what? X that will make this function to be what? Undefined. And for this function to be undefined, the denominator must be what? 0. Must be what? 0. So we are going to be looking for the value of x that will make the denominator to be what? 0. As simple as that. Now, this will lead us to a quadratic equation, which is x squared minus 3x plus 2. You will equate it to what? 0. Which means that at the end of this equation, anything that you find to be the value of x will always make it to be what? 0. So we are given an option here. So let us solve and know the one that is correct. Now, this is a quadratic equation, and for you to solve a quadratic equation, I have made so many videos on quadratic equation, but I'm going to still solve this one and guide you on the steps. You multiply by the what? First term. You multiply first term and the what? Last term, which is 2 times x squared will give me 2x squared. Now, after doing this, you concentrate on the second term and your what? The answer you got from multiplying the first term and the third term. You look for a certain number that when you multiply it together, you will have what? 2x squared. And when you add it together, you will have minus 3x. Now, let's think of such a number. If you talk about 1 times minus 2. 1 times minus 2 will give me what? Okay, 1 times 2. 1 times 2 will give me what? 2. Now let's check. 1 plus 2 will give me 3. But that is not, because here we have minus what? 3. Minus what? 3. Now what are we going to do to get minus 3 as our what? Answer? It means when you say minus 1 times minus 2. Minus times minus will give me what? 2. And that is the 2 we are having here. Now, minus 1 minus what? 2. Plus minus will still give me minus. So you still have minus 1 minus 2. Therefore, minus 1 minus 2 will give me minus 3. Now you see that minus 1 and minus 2 satisfies this and also satisfies what? This. So we are going to be going with what? Minus 1 and what? Minus 2. But don't forget that 1 here will be replaced with what? X, which is minus x minus 2x equal to minus 3 what? X. And here you have minus x times minus 2x will give me 2x what? Squared. So I have not done anything magic. So we are going to be substituting the value of minus 3x as minus x minus 2x, which means that the factors that will work for these two variables that are here are minus x and minus 2x. Now, you have that x squared, you substitute minus 3x as this minus x minus 2 what x plus 2 equal to 0. Now, you close the two options in a bracket, leaving the middle what sign, leaving the middle what sign. Now what do you do next? You factor out the common what term. The common term here is x, because x can be found here, x can be found here. When you factor out x, x squared divided by x, we will be left with 1 what x, and then x divided by x will be what 1. Now here you have, you put your minus. What can we factor out here? The common term here is what? 2, because you have 2 here, you have a 2, which means that we'll be having minus 2, open bracket, 2x divided by 2 will give me what? X. And then 2 divided by minus 2 give me minus what? 1. Look inside the bracket, they are the same. Now you have x minus 1. You take one of them and take the one that is outside, which is x minus what? 2. Don't forget, it is still equal to 0. Now, how do we find the value of our x? We take x minus 1. We take this one to be 0, and then we take x minus 2 to be what? 0. As simple as that. Therefore, we can find the value of our what? X as x equal to 1, and the value of our x here as x equal to what? 2, which means that the correct option here is 1 and what? 2. Now, if you put the value of what? X as 1 in this what? Function, or in this equation, now you will have it to be what? 0. If you also put it as what? 2, you still have it as what? 0. So check for the what? Correctness, and tell me on the comment section if it is correct or wrong. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.